Hi everyone, this is Story Severia. Okay, so I know it's late, and normally I should be sleeping by now, but I wanted to do a video on Liverpool Comic Con. I didn't actually film as much as I would have liked. I did film some. It should be up tomorrow because I'm gonna do showing what I bought tomorrow. But right now I'm absolutely shattered. I completely forgot I had to do a form, and I've had to do that off. So I've been rushing doing that, and like I said, um, my mum, she's in hospital at the moment, so I'm kind of worrying about her and trying to get things from her and sort things out. Um, but yeah, I did go to Liverpool Comic Con, and I think it was the medicine that I needed. I know, like, I knew when I came home, nothing really changed. Everything would have been back to how it was. Kind of like worrying about my mum and worrying about my uni working, what's all landed in, worrying about just general stuff. Um, but yeah, I'm going to talk about Liverpool Comic Con. I had such a good time. I went to Liverpool yesterday. I spoke to my mum. I got there about 7 o'clock, I think. We went, me, Midnight, and Ali went to the Chinese buffet, and it was awesome. We had the robots like what we have at Wigan, and it was just so cool. It was so fun. I loved it because there was more of them as well, and I was having so much fun, just enjoying seeing them, and just interacting with them, and just it was fun. I loved it. Um, what else? We was gonna go watch a film, but we didn't have time to do both food and film, so we decided food. Then today, me and Midnight went to Liverpool Comic Con. Ali dropped us off at about 7, 8 o'clock. And we were stood in the queue, and there was this kid in front of us who was dressed as Hawk from Cobra Kai. It was so cool. It was brilliant. It was adorable. It was just so much fun, so cheeky, and it was just, if I could buckle him up, buckle his energy, I would have done because he was just so much fun, and I really enjoyed seeing his energy. What else? And then we got in, and we got in pretty much on time. I think we was allowed in at 20 to 9. We weren't allowed to go to the actual hall until 9 o'clock. Everything went on time for us. Anyway, I'm not saying things didn't run late for other people, but for us, everything went on time. Um, we got into the venue 20 to 9. The doors opened for us to go into the hall at 9 o'clock. Um, I had my first picture. I can't remember what time I had my first picture with Ricky Whittle, uh, who is as mad as a bag of frogs. He is just so much fun. He was adorable. Um, he was so fun. I'll tell you about that in a minute, but yeah, I went to queue up, and actually before we went in, I'm pegging back here. Me and Midnight got there, and I had my boot on, and Ali let me use a walking stick. I was going to take my crutches, but I didn't want to be training them all the way to the hospital and all the way back into Wigan. Um, and then all the way to Ali. So I thought I'd go on, I'll try out my boot. But Ali had a walking stick I could use, so she let me use a walking stick, and yeah, it was a good idea. It worked. Um, yeah, my ankle did hurt a little bit, but and after a while, I did have to sit down for a bit because it was really, really aching. Um, but I went up to the two guys who was stewarding the line. I said, "Look," I said, "I rang up a few weeks back, explaining I hurt my ankle. I was going to be on crutches. I was wearing a boot, and I got told you can't go for priority now because you're too late. Priority's closed." And I said, "But you don't expect to break your ankle, or end up on crutches, fracture your ankle, a couple of weeks before that. You can't plan for that." And basically, I got told, you just got to tell somebody on the day. So I told the security, the stewards, and everything, and they was like, "Yeah, okay, no problem. We'll queue up. We'll get you in." I queued up, no problem. And that's when I met the little kid. And my thing slowing down a little bit. That's when I met the little kid. And like I said, it was so much fun. Um, I then went inside at midnight, and they took the stairs going down, and I took the lift. We then had my first photo with Ricky Whittle. That's it. And this is back to here. That's the one thing of being dyslexic. No, not so much dyslexic. Autistic. Um, you tend to go all around the houses with your story. Um, we went. I went to Ricky Whittle's queue. They scanned me, and I said, "Do you mind if I have a chair?" Because I'm standing on. I'm like, "Yeah, no problem. I'll get you a chair." So went and got me a chair. I sat down. They let me stand in the queue. Um, got up, went into Ricky Whittle, and like I said, he was insane. I walked in and he was like, "Hello, sweetheart, come over here. Let me give you a hug. Hug me." I gave him a hug. And he goes, "Right, what kind of picture are you doing?" I'm like, "I have no idea. I've not really thought." He was like, "Okay, let's do a romantic one." And Midnight said it looks like we're doing the Titanic. So we kind of was like, he come to Midnight, we're doing the Titanic. But then after he's like, "Oh, come here, give us a hug," and he kissed me on my cheek. And then he noticed my leg. He's like, "You've been making a walk with a leg," and and then we kind of went. I came out and I said, "I know Michael Trevino. I keep saying his last name wrong, but he played Tyler in Vampire Diaries originals. I don't know if he showed up in Legacy because I've not seen Legacy yet, but I know he's in Vampire Diaries and the originals." So, again, I said, "Can I sit down? Can I keep the chair over?" And they was like, "Yeah, no problem." I thought, perfect. So, sat down, waited for Michael's photo, went in. He was lovely. Picture of him, came out, same story. I said, "I now have a picture with the two girls who played Hope. Sit down." So I went, sat down, and yeah, I think I had those three there, and yeah, it was so smooth, no problem. We had what one the trading, where all the traders were. That on video, I said to mum, I was like, "Oh, it's not too bad. It's pretty good." And then all of a sudden, it's like, boom, everything just got hectic. I went to get something to eat, and I put my bag, and it kind of annoyed me. Um, but I should have been a little bit more. I should have waited for midnight to come, and then they could have kept the eye on the seating. But midnight had gone off to look for something. And I said, but I'm sit down, I need a drink, I need something to eat. So they said, okay, I'm sorry, Midnight, if I've just misgendered you. I, I am getting better, I swear. Um, they went off and they looked for the things. I looked around the stalls. I sat down and I got something to eat and I got a drink. But when I came back to the table, I'd left my bags on the table and I came out and I grabbed, when I came back, somebody had sat at the table where I'd sat and I just kind of like, what I said, look, my ankle was killing me. I was in pain. I was in agony. I just snatched my bags up and I just went to her and the guy goes, she's pregnant. I goes, yeah, I know. I understand. I said, but my boot. You saw my bags with you could. When I came back, you could have said, I could have waited until you saw he came for my bag and said, look, do you mind if sit here? It it was a little. Maybe I should have acted the way I did, reacted the way I did, but at the same time, my things was there. It was obvious somebody was sat there. I don't know. Maybe I overreacted. I don't know, but it just came across as rude. The fact that they just sat down and my stuff was there, and yeah, it, I don't know. It's one of those. In hindsight, yeah, they could have waited, or they could have looked, or they could have asked somebody, look, do you know who sat there? Then the other people could have pointed out, and then they could have come over and said, look, do you mind if we just, my girlfriend, my wife, just sits on your chair, on one of these chairs? And if a guy said, look, it was just one of those things. And then when midnight came back, we went off and we looked at some other things. Like I said, I bought some things that I'm going to do a video of things that I bought at some point later on today because it's gone midnight and normally I wouldn't be up by now. So we went out, went back into the other building, and there was a little bit of an issue here, but it was nothing major, nothing to spoil the event. Um, I went in and it was a different building for my last two photos. Um, and it was different people running the line. So I went in and saw two people sat at the desk where my photos would be. So I thought, you know what, go a little bit earlier, explain what the other people had done, probably do the same here. So I went over and I explained the situation. I said, look, busted ankle, walking stick, autistic. I've been told I can go into priority. Um, would it be possible for you to put a chair in the queue? Because that's what we did across the building. And the two people's lovely was like, yeah, fine, that's fine, not a problem. Yeah, we can do that. Come back in a little while and when it's time for your photo. I said, great, thank you very much. Walked off, went back to me, sent home my photo, got up, walked back across my photo. It was different people at the desk. And I kind of like looked to see if there was anybody there from when I went the first time. And this guy came over, he's like, can I help you? I goes, yeah. So I explained to him, oh, well, you have to go in the queue. You have to go in the back of the queue. I'm like, busted ankle. He goes, yeah, but all these people are before you. I'm like, and then I said, well, I got told I could go in priority. Well, who says that? I said, I'm not here now, but it was the people it was on before. He goes, oh, well, you'll have to talk to her. And this woman came over, and the woman was lovely. He said, what's wrong? So I explained to her, I said, look, I'm not going to go through the whole story again here on, because I've gone through it so many times. Blah, 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 blah. Ankle, bust, chair, need, autistic, need. And she was like, well, I told her what he said, and she was like, well, that's not fair. I said, yeah, go on. I'll get you, come down. So I walked down, and I said, look, can I please have a chair? And then this other woman went, oh no, our chair's been allocated. We've not got any. Only, it's not available, it's just for staff. And the other woman turned around and said, I'll take one off one of the staff then. You know, like it was like something so simple. Just ask one of the staff members would remind. And then this other woman went off and she did that. And next thing she came back, give the chair to the other lady. And she goes, there you go. And so I did sit down and I was like, thank you. And she's like, no problem. Got my photo with, I think that one was Jacob from Cobra Kai. He played Hawk. He was fun. Did that. Went out. Sat back down at midnight for a little bit. And then I had my last photo of Gianna. I came out. And this time, a lot smoother. Same person. She said, chair? I said, yes, please. Well, she got me a chair. And, oh no, sorry, that time I didn't. She goes, it's okay, we'll get you straight in, so you don't need to sit down. So I was like, oh, great, thanks. Got in, as soon as I got there, straight in, straight out. And yeah, it was fun. Went back to midnight, sat down at midnight, waited for Ali. Ali showed up. Went back into the trading rooms. By this time, everyone was getting ready to close. But yeah, apart from that little hiccup, I had such a good event, and yeah, I wasn't 100%. I wasn't fully myself, but I think I did need to go to the event to just take my mind off things a little bit, and yeah. Anyway, I now need to get some lesson plans done because I have a meeting about doing some workshops tomorrow. Well, I have a meeting tomorrow about doing some workshops. Hello, boy. What I think I'm going to do. So, yeah. Anyway, for now, I'm going to say, love you lots like jelly tots, and I'll keep it looking weird. Bye. See ya. And let's see if I can figure out how to end this. Bye.